Yes.
I've been wondering about suffering and the correlation with fun. And, it seems like when people are having more fun, but they're also opening to the risk and the suffering. Any comments?
You see, fun has an opposite, doesn't it? You see, you have things that you enjoy and then things that you don't enjoy. And so anything you get involved with on the spectrum, on the dualities, causes suffering. Because even if you're enjoying something, personally enjoying it, and you like it, and you want it, and you want to create more of it, you see, well, life won't stay in that mode. So you'll have enjoyment, you'll have pleasure in life, but it will be followed by something less pleasurable. Eventually, pleasure turns to pain. And if you are personally attached to your experience being one way and not another way, then you struggle, you see? Then your life becomes a struggle, because the linkage that you make with the experience and then your personal preferences, whether you like it or don't like it, causes you to desire it or to resist it. And that's where the struggle is. It's in the desire and the resistance, you see. All of it is a contraction. So if you were just being with everything as it is, so if your experience of life is, it just is, you see how neutral that is? It just is. Now you can laugh your head off, you can be fully engaged, but if it just is, then when you hear that someone you love died, you can cry and cry and cry, you see? But there's no more stickiness to it. So you don't have that ooey gooey kind of relationship with your experience. When you link with that experience as your experience, then the it just is becomes, I like this, I want this, I don't like that, I don't want this. And then your life becomes a movement of resistance. It's all contraction. Even the desire being fulfilled is a contraction. It feels like an opening. You're enjoying it. You love it. It feels like an opening, but it's all a contraction because it's you. And the concept of you is a contraction. You see? So that sense of just being, that sense of just everything is, everything, it just is. That is fully expansive, infinitely expansive. It doesn't limit itself. It includes everything. It includes the shit and the roses. It includes the lovely and the horrible. It includes everything. And the concept of you as an individual is contracted and excludes so much. And it moves you into the things that you think are good for you as an individual, and moves you away from, tries to move you away from the things that you don't like. as an individual. It's all contraction. You see, so there's enjoyment, but why isn't enjoyment always present in everything? Why does it have to be the things that make you feel good that you enjoy? Why can't your enjoyment include every single thing that comes? You see, like equally, that everything's just taken in equally, accepted equally, without preference. I mean, not that you, when I say without preference, I mean without personal preference. That sense of what I want and what I experience. And you see, that me limits you. It really limits you, because then it's just you. Okay, you got billions of me's walking around here and thinking that there's something, and thinking they like this, and thinking they don't like that. You know, and then you have one me, you know, saying, what I want is more important than what you want, and I'm in charge, and that person's your boss, and they make your life miserable, you see? Whatever it may be. But it's all contracted. And it's all, you see, when you feel like you are an individual, you are locking yourself into this place, a very fearful place, you see. It's inherently fearful, because these bodies, you know, these bodies, number one, they have a limited warranty. They don't last forever. And number two, the bodies do what they want to do. So you're not really in control of them. You may think you're in control of them. You may be able to walk around and not pee your pants, and you think you've done a good job being in control. But you're not in control. You know that your first heart attack, right? You know, you're not in control of this. You're not in control of anything here. So here you go, walking through life, pretending that it's all okay and that you got it handled. But it's not true, you see. It's just that so far you've been lucky and gotten away with the belief. But you know, I remember Frank Sinatra, you know, he was dying, right? His last words were, "I'm losing." You know, he'd gotten away his whole life with fighting and winning, right? You know, and finally, you know, he lost. But you see, it was all, he was able to maintain that illusion for a lifetime, that he was a winner. And so was Trump. And now he's going to suffer. This is, it's a difficult way to live. So that is the suffering, you see. Even the enjoyment, when you take it personally, is a form of suffering. It's just pleasurable, but pleasure has an opposite. And eventually that opposite comes. And then it's not pleasure anymore. You don't enjoy it. But if you can just sit back and watch your life, and you watch it, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's nice, it's not nice, it's fun, it's not fun, it goes, it comes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can be really hands-off about this, because in fact, you are hands-off about this. No matter how hard you try and keep your life pleasurable, it just doesn't last, and you can't keep it all the time. But if you just let go and let life do what it does without personally connecting with it, what you find is that there is a sense of peace that is a continuum. through all things, through all things. So then you have this continuum of peace in everything. And that is the end of the struggle. That is the end of the struggle. But if you become infatuated and connected with the joy, then you will struggle with the pain when it comes, and it will. But everything comes and goes in life. This is for sure. Everything comes and goes. And you come and go. You're just a temporary appearance as an individual. But the essence of who you are, that's eternal. And if you can just let go of the personal connection with things and with experiences and rest in that nature, that essence of who you truly are, then you just watch it like you watch any other show. And you just be with it like you're being with whatever's going on a show, on your life. You know, right now, your life is being witnessed. Everyone's life is simply being witnessed. And you don't have to do anything for that witnessing to happen because it's already happening. It just would be helpful if your awareness went to that witnessing, and then you can live in peace with everything regardless of what's happening. You can continually be in a state of peace. So I recommend that. There's a lot of difficulty in personal involvement with experience. When you start liking and wanting your experience to be a certain quality, you see, and then you start getting good at it and you think you're doing it. And then you think you're actually doing your life. Okay, and you think it's your life. And you think it's your experience. Now you've got a whole can of worms. And when those worms are things like guilt and regret and pride and all these elements that are the after effect of personalizing your experience and making it, connecting with it as the things that you feel are the best for your body and your mind. Yeah. Life will, just roll along as it rolls along. Some things will be favorable and some will be unfavorable. And you don't even know what's what anyway, because some of the things you thought were the worst things turned into opportunities that ended up being the best things. And some of the things you thought would be the best thing turned into the worst thing. So you don't even know anyway. You're not a reliable source of truth of what's so in this world. So you let the body do what it needs to do to take care of itself. I mean, you don't want to be walking through Costco pooping your pants. You need to have certain controls in your life. You need to take care of certain things in your life, and you do the best you can, but watch it. Simply watch it, and don't get involved with it as being who you are, because the who that you are is something that is much greater than this little personal life. There's billions and billions of people living little personal lives, and they're meaningless. They're really meaningless. Right now, there's someone in a village in India, living a very personal life. And, you know, he has a goat, you know, and a cow. And in his neighborhood, there's a light bulb. And, you know, he's just a dirt farmer. And he's thinking his life is very, very important. Just as important as your life. And you've got a TV set, so that can't be. You have to outrank him. But no. Everyone's thinking their life is the most important thing going on because that's all they're focused on. All they're focused on is what they want, what they think, what they feel, what they do. You see? But you can tell that dirt farmer in India is not worthy of all that attention. Well, you see, you're just a dirt farmer here with a lot of stuff in the middle of a desert in Arizona. And this is, you know, it's just another version, but none of it's important. 1,000 years from now, no one's going to remember you. No one's going to know even where your body's buried. No one's going to know anything about you. It'll be like you never even happened. And in fact, you never did. This is just a dream. It has the same substance as a dream. So